Welcome, college football fans, to Week 7 of College Football 26 season-long Imperialism. Quick tech update here. Due to the new OBS update, I can no longer get the PS5 audio to play through to you guys and play through to me at the same time. And just for balance sake, and so that I have like proper, broadcasting energy, I'm going to play it on my side. You'll hear a little bit of it on yours, but it's not going to be full audio. If anybody has an issue with that, just tell me. I don't know what I can do. I've looked through all the settings that I can find, and I can't solve it, but whatever. We're down to the top 83. Short episode today. We're only doing 6 episodes on the schedule. And let's begin right now as we go down to our top 87 today, going from 93. Let's shuffle this wheel and get right into it. Who would be the first team into the fray as we approach the top 90 and get into some much more interesting ball games? We're getting Central Michigan. The Chippewas played very early on last year. I believe they beat Eastern Michigan one game and then lost to Buffalo in kind of a map rule thing that dictated the rules for the rest of the tournament. They've got Eastern Michigan down to the southeast, Michigan State directly south, Western Michigan, and then Wisconsin over here. Those are the 4 options. Let's pull up the arrow and find out where the Chippewas are heading in this battle. That is going to be straight east, and that is going to be nowhere. So Central Michigan will avoid battling for now. They do have a very advantageous position on the map, and we will have to spin again. So we are going to get 7 spins. Up next is not Maryland, thank God. It's going to be South Florida. I believe they've already played once this year. They have. They beat Florida Atlantic, and now potentially they will go back into the Imperialism fray. But they have a lot of ocean territory as well. Down here in the southeast, you got UCF above, Miami below. That could be a very fun regular season rematch. Let's see if we get either one or if USF avoids playing. That is south, and I think if you look at USF's logo correctly, it goes directly into the island below them, which is going to be Miami territory. So we will play this battle. We are going into Florida for just the second time, but not counting Florida State, which is really more just that southern coast. We're going to do a proper Florida battle here, a rematch of the regular season, USF taking on Miami. One of my favorite upsets of last year was when Florida International beat Miami in their only game of the season. Miami ended up not making the college football playoff, but they did have the number 1 overall pick at quarterback in Cam Ward, who played like ass, like his own words, in his one Imperialism start. And now here comes Miami, number 3 in the country here, and number 2 in the country in real life, taking on the USF Bulls, who they demolished in their real life matchup earlier this season. We'll see if we get a repeat of history today in this beautiful Hard Rock Stadium, the site of the national championship. We'll see if Miami can make it happen. USF will be kicking off to the Hurricanes, so we will load. Actually, no, we don't even need to do that. We know Miami's quarterback. It's Carson Beck, transferring in from Georgia to try and lead Miami to a natty. A natty he was denied with the Bulldogs. There's a nice takedown by number 5. And here comes the aforementioned Carson Beck. Francis Mauigoa, an incredible offensive lineman. I hope the Ravens are able to draft him with their high draft pick they're going to get this year, because we're going to be awful. It's kind of fun having your team be bad. So here's the one and only play for Carson Beck. He's going to send a man in motion, hand it off. No, he fakes it. Looks, throws deep, and that is going to be caught. Which will bring up 2nd and inches as we go to Super Sim here. Might have been an injury there. Let's see how this game turns out. It's going to be 3-0 Miami. USF cannot answer. Still waiting for the next score. Still waiting as we go to halftime. It's 10-0. Okay, we finally get the score. 13-0. USF can do nothing. 16-0. 23-0. And it's a reprise of real life. Not much interest there, as the Miami Hurricanes obliterate the USF Bulls. And our shot of seeing the Group of 5 representative make of the college football playoff make it to the Imperialism top 10 goes out the window. Miami takes care of business and wins their first game ever in Imperialism. Let's go to the map. There we go. And USF, you got to win. Just like last year, but it didn't amount to much. Bye-bye. When they lost last year? So they avenged their loss and then just got trashed by Miami, which makes sense. Now we are going to stretch out Miami's territory here. There we go. And let's just see how big we can make. So we can stretch this up to here. I think that's about as big as we can go. Yeah. That's pretty good. Miami's starting to take over their home state of Florida. I might want to look at changing like which logo they have, but the U is so iconic. You have to go with the U, you know? You know? Back over to the wheel. We have 92 teams left. Let's shuffle it and find out who will face the wrath of the arrow next. Is it Maryland? No. Is it North Carolina? No, it's Boston College for the first time. The Golden Eagles have undoubtedly the best spot on the map. I think they avoided playing 6 times last season, and they're probably going to avoid playing this time unless by some miracle it points northwest and they have to face Rutgers. That's the only way that Boston College is going to actually have to travel and play somebody here. Let's spin it. And nope, they're good. That's going to be directly south, and that will give Boston College a little bit of extra territory. So this is the thing. A lot of their wheel directions give them more territory, makes it easier for them to land somebody, but it's still very, very difficult. We're going to give Boston College... Oh, wait, hold on. Tap on this. And we're going to give Boston College the state of Rhode Island. One of the only remaining states here that was unclaimed going into the tournament. We're going to have to make that really, really small. Pop over here. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah. Yep, so now Boston College, well, their logo just move up like that and then move up a little bit here. And go just a little bit more. There we go. So Boston College now controls 2 states. Well, less than half of Massachusetts, but they got the important part. Let's go back to the wheel again. Shuffling once again. We've already had 2 teams duck out of playing today. Let's see if this one actually gives us a matchup. Is it Auburn? No, it's going to be Mississippi State. I believe they have to play. I don't think they have any ocean territory. And this could be another battle for Ole Miss. In fact, that is the most likely option. It also could be Alabama, Florida State, Louisiana Monroe, or Arkansas State here. Let's see where the Bulldogs are headed right now. That's going to be southwest. Oh, that's close. That's either Florida State or Louisiana Monroe. I don't actually know. So we got to zoom in here and get out the measuring stick in order to verify. So there's our two options. We're going to put it right on the A Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. Put that there. Right on the A. And that's incredibly close. I need some proper measurement here. Crystal clear line. That... Yeah, that never touches Florida State. That's going to go straight down to Louisiana Monroe. So Mississippi State gets lucky here. They will have a battle against one of the worst teams in the country, the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks, I believe is their mascot name. We'll find out in a second. Let's launch into it. The Louisiana Monroe Warhawks, famous last year for being the worst team in the game, and they're pretty close to being the worst team this time, step out onto the field in their home stadium against an SEC opponent. I think they might have played Mississippi State last year as well. I don't know for sure. But this should be a fun battle for however short it is. Mississippi State is the best team they've had in years. They're no longer an absolute embarrassment. They've held their own against some SEC opponents, so they should be able to step in here and lower the boom on ULM. So here comes the kickoff. Mississippi State will begin with the ball. And we are underway here in Louisiana. Here comes the kick return. It's a decent little move to get up to the 26-yard line for number 3. And I believe it's, oh God, what's the quarterback's name? Blake Shapen, the Baylor transfer, getting the start here for Mississippi State. We'll see one play here, and they'll probably super sim to the end. Unless Louisiana Monroe has upset on their mind. Here we go. Shapen throws short. It's going to be caught. Can he get to the first down? No. Oh, no. They're going turbo. All right. That's fine. Shapen waits. Hands off to number 6. Huge hold of the 50. And he is taken down. We'll see if we can time this right to get Super Sim, and we haven't. There we go. But it does mean that if this gets close, UL Monroe will have an actual chance at the end of this game. Here we go. 3-0 Mississippi State. Monroe can't do anything. Oh, they answer 7-3. Mississippi State answers with a field goal at 7-6. Still 7-6. Now it's 9-7 as we go into the second half. Things are going to happen really quickly here, so we got to be careful when stop. 3:14 to go. It's still 9-7. It's third down. Mississippi State has the ball. They're going to try and run out the rest of the clock here, or maybe UL Monroe is able to make the stop. Shapen throws long, caught, and that is your game-winning touchdown. Number 4 for Mississippi State. Walking right into the end zone. And that gives me time to pull up the rosters here. I believe UL Monroe's in the Sun Belt. They are. Gorgeous throw. Might have been a cover 0 play with press that number 4 could not keep up with. And that'll be a fantastic touchdown to put Mississippi State up by 9. And they're up by 2 possessions with only 3 minutes to go. That was Jordan Mosley, the redshirt senior, making the play for Mississippi State. Ring those cowbells. Here comes the return for Monroe. It doesn't really get too far, only to the 19-yard line. So here comes their quarterback, who's going to be Aiden Armenta starting. He drops back. We got a whole bunch of lag. He throws to the outside, knocked out of the receiver's hands. So it goes to 2nd and 10. Armenta hands off to number 6. Number 6 tries to stiff arm a man and can only pick up 3. That'll bring up 3rd and 7. Mississippi State with 13 unanswered points in this ballgame. Armenta drops back, throws a long ball. That is caught by number 2. Can he fly past everybody? Yes, he can. 20, 15, 10, 5. Little bit of lag. It doesn't matter. Touchdown, Louisiana Monroe. Jake Godfrey finds a seam and exploits it to no end. Well, there was an end. The end zone, in fact. What a catch, and then just, like, burnout speed. Incredible play by Louisiana Monroe. And they are not dead yet. They still have some timeouts. They can make a stop here, get the ball. They have all 3 timeouts. See, all they got to do is make this kick. Get a 3 and out, and suddenly they have a chance to knock out the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Wouldn't that be a shocker? So here is the kickoff. It's going to be sent right back down to Blake Shapen and the Bulldogs. This one's getting exciting in the late stages. That goes up to the 23. Shapen throws short. It's going to be caught to the 30. He jukes back and he is taken down. Monroe calls their first timeout. State only needs 3 more yards. So much lag. We're going to have 24. He has space, and he has the first down, and a whole lot more. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. The safety's the only man who can beat him, and he takes him down. That's another timeout for Louisiana Monroe, but they are out of options. One more first down wins the game from Mississippi State. Shapen stops, drops back, throws short. It's going to be caught, and 24 will not get to the first down just yet. Monroe will call their last timeout. But now all they need is 2 more yards. Shapen hands it off. That's going to be a first down and a whole lot more down to the 10. And that will be your ball game. I'm just going to run this out to the 2-minute warning. So Mississippi State will hold off the Warhawks with a couple of very clutch plays. They never really played conservatively. They always found big chunk plays to finish this one out. And here comes the kneel down for Blake Shapen. There it is. And okay. They're going chew clock, but they're not going kneel anymore. What is going on here? Shapen drops back, throws short. It's going to be caught, which will bring up 3rd and goal. They'll run it again. But I think they're going to start this play before they are. So there's going to be 1 second left here. 10, 9. And they're just going to run this clock out and get one more field goal moment for number 80, their kicker. Here comes the last second field goal attempt. It is up, and it is off the crossbar. No good. But that is the end of the... What a weird way to end the game. Mississippi State. All right. You do you, Mississippi State. You've got the colors here. Blake Shapen, 238 passing yards and a touchdown to really put it away. A doink on the last play of the game, but it doesn't matter because they won anyway. What a weird contest. But ultimately inconsequential, as Mississippi State will take out Louisiana Monroe and expand their territory down into the great state of Louisiana. Let's take a look at that right now. There we go. And Louisiana Monroe, you fought hard. You got a deep ball touchdown. It's the first one we've seen so far this season. So props to you, but bye-bye. And to refresh this page real quick. Oh, God. So much lag. Why did the internet suddenly drop to 0? Hold on. I don't know why I hit refresh and not X out. Honestly, that was my mistake. We're going to jump back in here. There we go. We got the brush tool. Gonna do that. There we go. Can we make the logo any bigger after that? No, I don't think we can unless we can, like... Hold on. Yeah, we can go a tiny bit bigger here as Mississippi State expands southward. Get this properly done at 91 total teams. And we're going to spin. Here we go. Who is up next? Please don't be Maryland. Please. Oh, God, it's not Maryland. Is it Oregon State? No. Is it Oklahoma for the 4th time? Yes, it is. Oklahoma returns to Imperialism for their 4th game. It wasn't going to be all that long, was it? They have no ocean border. They will have to play today. And there's too many teams to count here. We're just going to have to spin this arrow and find out where the Sooners are going. They're one of the best teams in the country. And they're getting tested like it. Here we go. This is going to be Northwest. And this is a fascinating showdown. Whoever wins this game will have the largest territory in the country. It's Oklahoma against New Mexico State. The Aggies get a 2nd consecutive home game against one of the best teams in the country. Will we see another very quick episode in a blowout, or will New Mexico State shock the planet by taking out one of the true college football playoff contenders this season in the Oklahoma Sooners? Oklahoma's already beaten Oklahoma State and Tulsa and Texas Tech, one of the best teams in the country, to get to this point. And now they've got a, comparative cupcake, but New Mexico State will look to erase that label with a good showing today. There goes the kick. And we are underway in the gorgeous state of New Mexico. Spin move off of the tackle attempt there. And I believe it's going to be John Mateer, quarterback. Let's see if they updated the injury status. Mateer wants to come back. He will play in this game. Wants to come back in real life to play Texas in the Red River Showdown. And we'll see if he can dice up the New Mexico State Aggies to give Oklahoma their 4th win of Imperialism today. Mateer fakes it. Throws a floater that's going to be caught, but not for much. As we go to Super Sim. 3-0 Oklahoma, 10-0 Oklahoma, 13-0 Oklahoma, 13-7, and now it's 20-7, 20-14. New Mexico State staying with a tie game. We've got a tie game, but now it's 30-20, 30. Oh my God, they just said no. No, you are not doing this to us, New Mexico State. 37-20 is your final. A fantastic third quarter from New Mexico State. They show that they belong, but 17 unanswered points all in the 4th quarter by Oklahoma. Just sent that game to its end. So let's make a big change to the map here. Boom. New Mexico State, you had a fun win against your biggest rival, and you tied the game in the 3rd quarter, coming back from down by 13, but it wasn't enough. Bye-bye. And now it's time for the first, truly seismic map change of this tournament. On the right map layer. It's going up on a Tuesday. Watch this. We won't be able to make it too big because of the shape of Oklahoma's logo. We're much more limited by this metric than we are by any other, but we're going to pop this right here. Just go even bigger. That is going to be, if I zoom in at all, there we go. So look at that gigantic territory for Oklahoma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They border 10 teams. They got a tiny little bit of ocean territory. But the Sooners have full claim over that part of the map. here we go. Let's shuffle and get this thing started. Who is up next? It's going to be Wake Forest. We go back into the North Carolina Supercluster, which is not really earning the name. We're mowing through these North Carolina teams this year. The Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Oh my God. They're probably playing one of two teams that has already played. You've got the West Virginia Mountaineers to their north. They've already played twice. And the James Madison Dukes, who have played 4 times and are on the precipice of an extra life. Also could be UNC, Charlotte, or Appalachian State. Let's get the arrow out. Could this be another game for James Madison, who has played in almost every single episode so far this year? The answer to that question is no. That'll be straight west, and that will be Appalachian State, I believe. But with how far? No, that might be Charlotte. We're going to have to double check this here. We're going to go here. The center of the logo is right there, and we can't see that from here. Hold on, we're going to have to go really zoomed in. Both here. This is the center. And that is just barely going to be Appalachian State. So Charlotte gets lucky here. They live to fight another day. It's Wake Forest against Appalachian State for our 4th battle of the night. Play out. It's an ACC versus Sun Belt battle. As I loaded the wrong roster immediately. Love that. As the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, who had a late charge in last year's Imperialism. I believe they won 2 games before losing to Michigan, possibly? They will take on the Appalachian State Mountaineers, the upset-minded superstars, who of course pulled off some crazy upsets in real life, including against the Michigan Wolverines back in 2007. But they've had others. They know how to pull upsets. And they're going to try and do it against another ACC opponent right here. And honestly, the helmet thing was pointless because these look black anyway. It's a spin move out of 1 tackle, but he only gets to the 19-yard line. So here comes Appalachian State's quarterback. It's A.J. Swan, the junior transfer. They lost Dylan Aguilar, their regular starter, when he transferred to Tennessee during the whole Nico, I'm going to leave you fiasco. Here's the handoff up the middle. It's a great run to the 30. And he is taken down at the 33-yard line. As we go to Super Sim here. Wake Forest goes up by 7, up by 14. Appalachian State can't do anything. Up, it's 14-7. 21-7. App State's got to respond again. They don't. 24-7. 27-7 and 30-7. That is your ball game. Wake Forest makes very, very quick work of the Appalachian State Mountaineers. We won't get another upset for App State here. Instead, it's an easy win for the Demon Deacons, who believe they were shorted in last year's tournament. They're going to hope for a better run here. It gets started earlier, and we'll see if they can keep it going. There we go. And App State, it's unfortunate, but can't get the upset every year, you know? Bye-bye. Wake Forest gets what they get, and they don't get upset. There we go. Is there anywhere else we can put this logo that would make it bigger? Maybe. Nope. I think we can slightly just... Yeah, it's about as big as we can make Wake Forest. They just have this long, like, extra weight just hanging off there. 9, 2 games left tonight. Let's shuffle and go. Who's playing next? It's not Maryland. It will be the Texas Longhorns. They are terrible in real life, but their overall ratings should help them out. They are the defending season-long Imperialism national champions. And they've got Red River right above them. You also have UTEP, Texas State, TCU, and Texas A&M. We could see the end of Texas right here, folks. Arch Manning's time has come in season-long Imperialism. Where will the arrow take him? That's going to be up and to the left, and I think they got absurdly lucky here because I think that's going to be UTEP. Unless, of course, we're going to have to get a little closer here. Officials timeout for measurement. As we pop this to... Oh, my God, that's really close, but I think it's UTEP. We're going to put that right there. We have to fact check here. That is UTEP. So, the Longhorns get absurdly lucky with the draw, and they will face a Conference USA team instead of their bitter rivals, the Oklahoma Sooners. Of course, UTEP beat Texas Tech last year, so they're no pushovers themselves. And I believe they have a very good quarterback of their own in Malachi Nelson. And UTEP's getting excited here. They know what it's like to take down a proper big Texas school. And they want to do it again. This time against a fallen star of the SEC who is outside of the national rankings for the first time in years in real life right now. It's a battle of two high-profile quarterbacks, Malachi Nelson versus Arch Manning. And honestly, if I had more time, I would just watch this whole thing. But we got to stay by the rules. We're going to go super sim after the first play and just hope to God that it's close. There goes the kick. And we are underway in El Paso. The return is going to, oh my God, all the way up to the 35-yard line. A fantastic return by number 0. It's DJ Moore Jr. Or no, it's, I forget what his name is. But here comes the superstar. It's Arch Manning. They didn't show him there. Perhaps they're embarrassed too. And here's the first play. Arch Manning walks them up to the line. He sends a man in motion. Takes a snap. Waits. He's going to throw long. That's going to be caught by number 84. And let's just take a second to change the lights here. There we go. Much better for UTEP. Let's go to Super Sim. UTEP was up 7-3 briefly. But then Texas took a 10-7 lead. UTEP trying to score. They can't. We go to halftime at 17-7, 17-10. Tie game. Hold on. 24-17. Stop. 4 minutes to go, and it's close, baby. Let's go. We're actually going to get to watch a game here. 4 minutes to go. Texas will punt it back to UTEP, and we got to load their roster. Oh, baby. Oh, they're going for a field goal here. This is a 56-yard attempt for number 49. The kick is up, and it is good. An incredible kick by number 49, Shipley. Mason Shipley is going to put Texas up by 10 with 3:41 to go. UTEP needs a miracle now. They have to score quickly. They have to make a stop and just hope for the best. But they've earned this kind of chance with how they've played. They've kept it close. They've been pesky. I mean, the way they beat Texas Tech was just by playing a shutout on defense, completely obliterating Texas Tech's offense. But now they have to contend with a high-powered offense, and they have to answer it with one of their own. There's the drop back. The short throw is going to be dropped. 2nd and 10. And I don't even know if Malachi Nelson is starting. That might be Skylar Locklear. Let's take a look at the number. Yeah. That's Skylar Locklear getting the start instead of Malachi Nelson. He takes the snap, drops back, throws short. It's going to be caught. Tries to get to the outside, and he's taken down after only a 6-yard gain. Locklear has not played all that well today. Hold on. We can't change the depth chart here. Oh, he was so good during the Delaware Season 1 playthrough. 3rd and 4. Locklear, under pressure, throws long. That's going to be caught, and UTEP stays alive. That's number 4 making the catch. I believe it's a tight end, but they're not giving me his name, unfortunately. But UTEP is not dead just yet. Gorgeous pass from Locklear. Great little crossing route by Cheeks. Yes, that is his actual last name. Locklear waits, throws short again. Number 0 makes the catch, tries to juke outside. He falls forward. And these rosters are not updated. I don't know who number 0 is. More time is going to cut the clock here, and that is a valuable, valuable asset for the UTEP Miners. Skylar Locklear takes the snap. Under pressure, wants to go deep, steps up, does throw deep, and it is picked off. That is one of the worst throws we have seen in this tournament. It's number 6 with the interception. That is... Ugh. Who knows? We'll see his name right here. There's the turnover sword for Texas. Celebrating with it. That's Kobe Black making the play. For the Longhorns, the linebacker. It's just an awful throw. And here's Arch Manning ready to put it away. Hands it off to the running back. He's going to get outside, set the edge, 40, 45, 50. And he's going to be taken down right there. UTEP calls their first timeout. And we'll play this out. We'll see if Texas gets one more first down to properly end it. There's the handoff number 5. He gets outside again, but he is shut down on the play for not much of a gain. That was Quintravian Wisner with the carry. So now we go to 2nd and 10. We have yet to see Arch Manning throw the ball. He's going to hand it off again to Wisner. Wisner breaks one tackle and will be taken down here. That's UTEP's final timeout of the game. And they have to get a stop here or else it is curtains for the UTEP Miners. There's the run to Wisner. He gets outside and will not get the first down. So this clock will go down to the 2-minute warning, and Texas will try probably one more kick, or they'll just punt it away to keep this a 10-point ball game. There's the 2-minute timeout. We're going to let this wait out just a little bit longer. And honestly, when they get the ball back, we're going to give Malachi Nelson one chance. Oh, they're going to go for it. 4th and 2 to try and end the game right here. Manning hands it off to Wisner, and Wisner gets the first down, and that is your ball game. All right. Well, we tried. Just for curiosity's sake, we're going to select UTEP here. And the clock just froze. Oh, we're not even going to get another play, are we? Because he's going to take this knee. Yeah, we can't even stop it. That's your ball game. All right, Texas gets the win, 27-17 over UTEP. Miners tried to keep it close, but Texas was able to get a long, long field goal to put it out of reach. Bad throw by Skylar Locklear. Really finished it off. Yeah, it's a great game from Texas, who showed their mettle in the video game world because they failed to show it in real life. Here we go. And UTEP, I mean, you played it close. I wish I could have seen Malachi Nelson, but they screwed up the depth charts just like they did with Maryland. Bye-bye. 3.6, that's just enough, and then we'll just close it out. Now we can make this logo absolutely enormous now. Look at how big this thing is. Everything is bigger in Texas. The only question is going to be... there, and that's about as big as we can go. So that is going to set up the Red River rivalry for sure. And with the way Oklahoma keeps getting onto the wheel, that's going to happen sooner rather than later. Okay, here we go. Wheel's been shuffled. Last game of the night. It will not be Maryland. It will be the Washington State Cougars. I don't think they have a northern border. Yes, they do, but it's not much. Could be Washington, Oregon State, or Boise State. We're finally going out to the Pacific Northwest. Where will the arrow take this team without a conference for one more year? That's going to be to the right, and this is going to be Boise State playing without Ashton Genty. Let's see what they can do against the Washington State Cougars. I believe they beat Washington State last year. I could be wrong on that. Yeah, I don't actually know for sure, but we're going to get that game set up. Here we go. Washington State versus Boise State is the battle here. The Broncos look to defend their iconic home turf. We haven't seen a lot of games out west, but we're getting one tonight as the nightcap for this episode. And here come the Broncos. Some of those exciting plays last year were when the Broncos would line up Ashton Genty at wide receiver, and he would use his insane speed on press coverage to get deep ball touchdowns. It was unbelievable that the computer was able to figure out that kind of play call. We'll see if they have anything else up their sleeves this time. As Maddox Madsen and the Boise State Broncos get things going here for our last game of the night. Here comes the return. He's only able to get back to the 21-yard line. So here comes the quarterback. Washington State lost John Mateer to the transfer portal. So instead, it's going to be Zevi Eckhouse getting the start. He's the third string on the depth chart, but he's getting the start here. Eckhouse in the shotgun. Drops back, throws short to number 83. It's going to be caught for 8 yards. 3-0 Washington State. Boise State tries to respond. They do. It's 7-3, 14-3, 21-3, 21-6. Stop. We're going to jump in here. I believe Boise State has the ball. They can finish it off right here. Or just maybe Washington State can make a stop. Let's see if the Broncos can finish the job. Maddox Madsen lines up in the shotgun. Hands it off to number 26, their new star running back, and he is able to get the first down. It's Sire Gaines. Hasn't had a great game, only about 6 yards a carry on limited action, but he gets the first down there. And that really puts Washington State under the microscope. Basically, their only shot is to force a fumble or hope to God they miss the short field goal, which could happen. We've seen it a couple times this tournament. Madsen throws to the end zone, touchdown, Boise State, and that is going to be your ball game in all likelihood. Caples, who had a lot of big catches last year, Latrell Caples, finds the seam, gets into the end zone to give Boise State a 2-score lead here once again. Great throw. Number 21 just didn't realize it was coming. Who is number 21? That's a fun little chant there. Here comes the extra point to make it a 15-point ball game for number 35. It's Colton Boomer. A great kick sending it through. Okay, Boomer. I'm sure I'm the first person to ever make that joke. And there's the tackle on the kick return. So, Washington State essentially has to be perfect here. You need to score before the 2-minute warning, get the ball back, or kick the ball back off, call their timeouts. And that's going to be a sack on first down. Not great, Bob. That's number 13. Sterling Lane II, the redshirt junior transfer. Getting off the blocks, number 19, also helping out. That's Dion Washington. 2 guys coming in for their last year of eligibility to the excellent college football atmosphere of Boise, Idaho. There's the drop back for quarterback. Is going to be intercepted on the second play. There's number 21 making the play happen. Zion Washington jumps up, picks it off, and Boise State's going to win this ball game. And we're going to have to wait for the change of possession to go to Super Sim and officially finish this one out. It's a great catch. It was a forced throw from Eckhart. And Zion Washington's able to make the play happen. We got one more Boise State run here. He goes outside, has some space to the 20, and he's taken down. And now we will finish this game out. Eckhouse was his name, sorry. 35-13 is your final. Boise State making quick work of the Wazoo Cougars here. There's the handshake. It's the end of Washington State's brief run in Imperialism. We have our first elimination of the Pacific Northwest and the beginning of Boise State's campaign for another big Imperialism run. And who knows? They could pull it off. All they gotta do is avoid Oregon. As they sing the alma mater in this gorgeous night sky. As we go to the map one more time for tonight. Here we go. Yeah, he didn't give us much. I like the Flag Guy College Game Day, though. Bye-bye. Here. There. And the question here is whether they have a bigger territory up here. The answer is no. So we'll just expand down, expand up. Get that right. Expand a little bit more here. Screw it. Wait. That'll be good enough. Here's one last look at the map for tonight as we are down to our top 87. Texas and Oklahoma both expanding out west, setting up what is sure to be a very exciting Red River rivalry. We got a little bit of expansion out east. Mississippi State did a little bit. Boston College got a little bit more territory just by expanding into Rhode Island. I don't think we had much else. It was only 6 games. Oh yeah, Wake Forest got some expansion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Miami, right? Miami plays. We got some big wigs get involved in this episode, but that is going to do it for tonight. I'll be back next Tuesday for another episode as we get